All right, we're back. The Beef and Broccoli Studios, bringing to you another weekend of exciting track racing. And my name's Fernando. Gary's not here today, but we are going to look at some of the videos, the races that happened yesterday at the Hill Velodrome. So let's go to the video. And Gary is in position 1. I'm in position 2. And that was from the drawing of the poker chips that we have in a bag. So you choose either number 1 or 2. Gary starts us off with a very, very slow walking pace, keeping an eye on me as we enter the first half lap, which he is obligated to lead at a walking pace. And I move up slightly higher just to make sure I can get enough speed, and I am falling behind a bit, so it's time for me to catch up. Gary goes up a little bit on the track, and I'm moving up. I'm on the blue line. Gary's keeping an eye on me. He's trying to prevent me from going into the sprinter's lane, and that's the end of lap 1. Lap 2, he begins to pick it up. I'm going a little bit higher, trying to keep the same pace. And usually at this point, we start picking up the pace real fast. I'm heading up high, and Gary is trying to counter by getting a little bit of height, but still protecting the sprinter's lane. Here's the bell lap. I'm charging up to the top of the track. I want to get some height so I can match his speed as I dip down. We're on the back straight now, and here comes Gary on turn 3, and he has enough speed and places a gap on me around turn 4. Here we go with the second race of the afternoon, quite possibly the third, but we have James Murphy taking on Gary. James in position 1 leads off with a slightly fast walking pace. Gary stays right behind him, trying to keep him in his blind spot, preventing him from looking back and taking away the element of surprise from Gary. They pick up the speed right off the bat, and it looks like not really picking up the speed, but definitely it wasn't a walking pace from the beginning. Gary is keeping him in his sights, and now Gary dips down to the bottom, and now he is in position 1. The pace is increasing. Gary pushes James a little bit up track. They're still pretty even. Here comes the bell lap. They're both out of the saddle. Gary is in the sprinter's lane. James is picking up speed. He's not in the sprinter's lane, but doesn't look like he may be dipping down. He has enough speed. Goes around turn 3. Now he's got enough clearance to get into the sprinter's lane and puts a gap on Gary and takes that race. The next race we have is between myself and Andre. Andre, I believe, is a former pro and elite rider, and he is in position 2. I'm in position 1. Here we go. I dip down the track, take it down to a nice walking pace. Andre likes to stay above the Côte d'Azur, comes back down. I'm keeping an eye on him. One of the advantages of living near the Hill Velodrome is when you get to ride it, you get to know every inch and every crack of that velodrome, and I've ridden it so much, I'm not even looking forward, just keeping my eye on Andre back there. And I'm giving it a nice even pace. Andre is up a little bit high. Still keeping an eye on each other. We're entering lap 2. Not really picking up pace yet. Just eyeing each other, feeling each other out. Andre is going up high. I'm following just slightly, but still protecting the sprinter's lane. And here's the bell lap. I'm out of the saddle. Accelerating. Andre's accelerating as well. Coming around turn 2 into the back straight. And I put on enough turbo to take that race. And here is the second race between Gary and myself. The second of really 3 exciting races between me and my coach, Gary Hoffman. So I'm in position 1, Gary's in position 2. We come off the rail. We're now into the back straight. We are past going at a walking pace, so we picked it up just a little bit. Gary's going high. I'm staying low on the track, slightly ahead, trying to compensate for the height that he keeps reaching up for. I'm picking up the pace, keeping an eye on him. He wants to stay in my blind spot. Now Gary has moved up high. I'm staying low. We are now on the back straight, picking up the pace. Gary's out of the saddle. He's going high. I'm pushing him up high as well. I come down low. Here we go, the bell lap. We're both sprinting out of the saddle. We are into turns 1 and 2, and then once we're back into the back straight, we are out of the saddle once again. I'm putting on some turbo. Gary's trying to go up and over, and I get enough just to get by him. All right, this next race is between myself and James Murphy. We both had the fastest times yesterday in the Flying 200. James came in first, I came in second. James, a very experienced rider. I was looking forward to racing against him today. He is up high on the track, still in lap 1, and he takes the high road, and I'm keeping an eye on him. We have a nice even pace. Now we're playing around, and I'm trying to prevent him from passing me. He goes up high. I'm still zigzagging there, keeping an eye on him. We're now entering the back straight of lap 2. Pace is picking up. He's going high, trying to get that wind up, and I block him off from going to the sprinter's lane. And here we go, the bell lap. I'm out of the saddle. James is sprinting right behind me. He's coming around, and we're going into turn 2. We're on the back straight, and James makes a move, doesn't even dip in to get some advantage in speed. He has the legs, he has the power. He's coming around turn 4 and puts enough gap on me to take that race. And now the final race between myself and Gary. We are tied at 1 apiece, and this is the tiebreaker. I'm in position 1. Gary's in position 2. I'm keeping an eye on him, and he stays right behind me. He goes up track. I'm going to follow, make sure that I get enough advantage of some height as well as him. Gary's up high. I'm keeping an eye on him. Very hard to keep an eye on someone on the turns there. As we finish lap 1, we are both still keeping an eye on each other. Gary's out of the saddle now, picking up the pace. We are now in the back straight, both picking it up. Gary's out of the saddle. Looks like he's going high. I'm going to follow. We are both high on the track, and we both dip at the same time. I get ahead of him. Gary is still high on the track. He's using that height advantage again to dip down, and he does that. He's coming around. We're neck and neck on the back straight. He has enough to get past me. I try to dip down a little bit just to get a little bit of speed. Gary comes around turn 4, and he's got enough to take race 3.